Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Coach Kathy Richardson. I've lost 150 pounds and I'm here to help you meet your weight loss goals and most importantly, maintain them. Recently, I had plastic surgery. I had a fleur-de-lis paniculectomy, which is a fancy way of saying I had 7 pounds of skin removed. I have a previous video about that if you want to check it out here on my channel. But I've had a lot of you asking what I used for products during my recovery. I am 9 days post-op right now, and let me tell you, those have been 9 days of learning a lot. And I have some products that I couldn't recommend, enough, whether you had abdominoplasty, just a paniculectomy, if you did have the FDL paniculectomy. There's some things that have helped me on my journey and I want them to help you too. If you like, comment like this and want to see more, make sure you hit like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. So let's start with the first thing. And this is really been a game changer for me and I love it. And so this is and I'm not sponsored by this at all. And side note too, guys, I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV. This is not medical advice. Any products that I recommend are just me telling you what I used. I'm not telling you to go get them. I'm not saying that this trumps what your surgeon or your doctor says to you, and this is not to be considered medical advice. I do have my Bachelor of Science, but I'm not a doctor. So this is just what I did. And it was based on recommendations of other people just like me, and that's what I'm doing to you. I'm just telling you what I did, and you can take that from whence it came. So I'm not sponsored by Shapermint, but I love their shapewear. Guys, this stuff is stretchy and it's breathable, but it still has really good compression. I'm actually wearing the black one right now. I bought a black one and I bought a white one. I learned from a few of the surgery Facebook groups that I became part of along this journey as I was learning about this procedure, that you were going to have to wear some type of a compression garment for quite a few weeks post-op. I'm talking like minimum 6 to 8 weeks, often 10 to 12 weeks, depending on what you had done, depending on if you had liposuction. I didn't, so I'm looking at more like the 6 to 8 weeks. But every day I wake up with what I went to bed in, and I do have to wear a binder, it's called. And it's just kind of like, this is a garment right from the hospital. It's Velcro, it has some boning in it. And this guy stays on for 22 hours a day. I only get a break from this guy for 2 hours a day. Sometimes I do an hour in the morning, an hour at night. Sometimes if I'm really annoyed with it, I'll do a half hour 4 times a day. Sometimes I just take it off for the whole 2 hours, but I actually only did that once because it's more comfortable to have it on. It helps hold you in so you don't have that feeling if you've ever had a cesarean section or any surgery, you kind of feel like your guts are all falling out. So this holds you in and it keeps your abdominal wall that had either fat and skin removed, and then your muscle back here, it puts it back together, and that needs to fuse back together. And if you don't compress and you don't do that, you can leave a gap and fluid's going to want to fill into that gap, and then you can get something called a seroma. And they can be painful, they don't look great, they definitely don't feel good, and sometimes they require like needle aspiration and drainage from your surgeon, or sometimes it can even require additional surgery. So you do need to pay attention to what your surgeon says. And if you're going to be having any of these abdominal procedures at all, you can count on needing to compress. And like I said, my garment is given to me by the hospital. It goes down to just above my groin area. And they can be a little rough and chafy. So that's where these come in. And bras can be super uncomfortable too in the beginning. So these for me now are enough that they hold me in, they hold me up. I don't even need to wear a bra when I'm wearing one of these. And, but they just provide a comforting, breathable barrier in between your skin. And some people call this a fascia or, a girdle. There's all kinds of names for this, but it's a binder. So I rotate in between. If I'm wearing my black one, I'm going to wash my white one. I just wash this so this guy's ready to go for tomorrow. And I just rotate them. You don't want to put them in the dryer. You want to take care of them. Shapermint, if you choose to use that brand. There's many other ones. Amazon actually has their own brand too. Spanx is another one. Skims from Kim Kardashian. There's a bunch, but none of these are going to want you to put them in the dryer. You're going to wash them. And some of them hand wash and then air dry. That is product number 1. I highly recommend. Product number 2 is something I learned about through the Facebook group, and they're this is 2 and 3 together. So this is arnica. And so arnica is a natural medicinal plant, basically, and it has pain like anti-pain. So it's like a pain relief, like an analgesic, and it also has swelling properties, like anti-swelling properties. And this box claims that it's safe for kids and whatever, but we're not going to go there. The reason why I chose this is because I saw so many other people who said they had way less swelling, which puts way less pressure on your incisions, and so therefore you're going to experience way less pain, and that it is supposed to expedite the healing process and even help with swelling and bruising and things. Like, you can take this even if you bruise yourself and you didn't even have surgery. Like, I'm just thinking, like, I'm 45 and I just found out about this stuff right now. Where have you been all my life? So the Arnica Gel, these are 2 tabs, and I take what the box says, and the box says 2 tabs 3 times a day, and that's exactly what I do. And I will tell you, for my own little N=1 experience or experiment, I forgot to take it when I was getting my drains out 7 days after my surgery, and I swelled so bad. That was my worst day of swelling yet from surgery. And the second I got home and took these tabs, within 2 hours, I was already feeling that, you know, that relief and some of that pressure release. So it's homeopathic. It is, I don't know if it's science backed. You know, I typically like to see double blind studies with the control and everything, but from using this personally, I can't recommend this because I'm not a doctor, but I know I will never have any surgery again without this for myself, unless my doctor says I can't, and check with your doctor. So back to the gel. This gel has like a little menthol smell to it, or like a eucalyptus smell. It's very cooling upon putting it on. This is not meant to go directly on your wounds, but what I do is, so because I have the FDL cut, I'm cut right up the middle, and then I'm cut hip bone to hip bone. So I have all this abdominal area that besides here that doesn't have scar on it, but it can swell. So before I put my tank top on and then my binder, I put this on my skin first. I do this about 3 times a day. When I am taking this off and I'm taking my compression break, I will just go rub some of this on my tummy and make sure I don't get it anywhere near my incisions or my incision tape. And does it help? I think so. I mean, I really do. What can it hurt? If it can hurt something and you are a doctor, let us know. But if not, this has been definitely soothing for me. And even just the act of massaging, you know, it's going to increase blood flow and it just feels kind of good. So I love both of these. Another thing, and it's a simple one, and this is for me, and I'm not a doctor, but Tylenol has been the best pain reliever. I was prescribed Percocet post-op, and I did have to take a couple the first couple of days, and I would even snap them in half and take half of one. You and your doctor can have that conversation about if and when and what kind of painkillers that you need post-op. But I will say I was really impressed with what a good job Tylenol did, and I would always start with Tylenol first. And again, I'm not getting into dosages or anything. I'm just telling you, for me, most of the time with my surgery, Tylenol was plenty. And another thing that aids in healing, it aids in muscle recovery. You're going to see a lot of gym rats use this, but this actually also too can help you sleep at night. So this is ZMA, which is zinc, magnesium, and B vitamins. And it just aids in recovery. Whenever there's been cellular damage, this goes in and helps heal you on a cellular level. And it does aid with sleep at night. I was taking this once a night even before surgery. I've been taking this for about 2 years, especially when I got the last year when I got really more serious with my running and with my swimming and with my strength training and trying to build muscle. So again, talk to your physician. I'm not telling you to take it. I'm just telling you that I do take it and I see great results with it. So this is available on Amazon, but some type of supplement like that helps with recovery has helped me during my recovery. Will it help you with yours? I don't know, but it helped me with mine. And now let's talk about something that's not fun, but it does come up, and it's being constipated. So if you do take narcotics after surgery, the very act of having surgery and having anesthesia, not being as mobile, not walking around as much, and honestly for me personally too, I didn't want to really eat anything the first couple of days after surgery. Like I just was barely getting in applesauce and Jell-O and broth and things like that because I was quite nauseous. So the combination of all of that can lead to constipation. And so this is just like a Clearlax. This is like, I think the pharmacy's like generic version of Miralax is another one that you can see. But this is tasteless, odorless, and it does colorless. It dissolves in water and you wouldn't even know it's in your water. So, and still 9 days out, I'm putting this in my water every single day, and then I give it a squirt of Mio just because I like Mio. So anyways, but you want to stay on top of that. And especially if you've had abdominal and lower abdominal surgery, if you get constipated, I can even tell when my bladder's filling up, it immediately starts to just put some pressure on those stitches. And so anything you can do like that can reduce your pain is going to make your journey more pleasant. And here's a funny one. This is from the dollar store, but I'm not able to reach really for high things yet. And bending down, I'm getting better at that. But the first couple of days, I couldn't bend down and pick up anything off the floor. So I got one of these guys. It's from the dollar store, and it's just a little grabber thing, but it's great if you drop something, or if you need, I mean, I might be picking up like your fine crystal with this off the top shelf, use some common sense, but that really helped me out a lot. It was just something little, and it was something that somebody else had mentioned, and I'm like, I actually have one of those, and I don't even know why, but yeah, I think they're right at the dollar store or at Walmart, but they were a super handy thing. And my final thing, I have to pick it up off the floor because it's big, so just a second. Oh, it's a body pillow. Oh, guys. Oh, this has been just my BFF. I put my legs underneath of it because you do have to have your legs elevated post-op with the procedure I had. Sorry, my mic just got covered up. And it's just big and squishy and warm and comforting, and having something on your belly like a pillow, but when you still also needed something under your legs. I mean, maybe you want 75 pillows on you. I didn't. I definitely hugged that on the way home. I held it on my stomach and just kind of laid my head on it while my husband drove me home from surgery. And now that my drains are out and I'm a side and belly sleeper. The sleeping on my back has been for the birds. It's really not been comfortable. And so now I'm starting to be able to just slightly roll to the side onto that pillow. And I'm really enjoying that. Like, that goes everywhere with me still right now, even 9 days out. And sometimes it feels good to have it around your back. Like, it just can mold and prop. And there is like, for those of you who breastfed and you had the boppy pillow and it was like the round U-shaped pillow, it looks like a bigger pillow that you would take traveling and put around your neck. They make like a giant one of those. And I think it's called like a boyfriend pillow. If you know what it's called, comment down below and let other people know. I already had the body pillow, so I didn't get the boyfriend pillow, but I can see where that would be amazing too. Some people I do know buy also a foam wedge, and that's for in your bed. And some people get two, one to prop you up because you're not sleeping flat on your back for a while. You need to be at least at a 30 to 45 degree angle, somewhere around there. And then your feet need to be elevated too. So some people sleep in the recliner the first few nights or weeks, depending on what you had done. I couldn't get comfortable in mine. And I was more comfortable in my bed with pillows propped up and my body pillow. So everybody's different. You figure out what works for you. But a couple of those foam wedge pillows can absolutely be an asset too. And that's all I can think of for now. Time and rest are going to be your best friends post-op, but a lot of these little things can help. You know, are any of these miracle workers? No, but even if they give you 10% relief, but 5 different things give you 10% relief, you're feeling 50% better at the end of the day. And that was an investment I was willing to make. So most of the stuff I was able to get right off of Amazon or my local pharmacy or the dollar store. So, you know, you don't need every gadget going. I've heard tell of people buying, you know, those chair lifts and, you know, medical beds and things. Like, I mean, if you're a gozillionaire and you want to go buy all that stuff, you do you, boo. But, you know, I didn't have that kind of money. So it didn't take very much money to make this a much more comfortable experience. So if you have any other questions, post them down below. And if not, I'll see you for my next video. Bye.